Hello everybody, today is Crystal and this is a quick lesson of HTML. What I'm going to show you is actually how to, in your browser, create this. It's a basic fundamental of website building and whatnot. So today, let's go ahead and get started. You can go ahead and open whatever your text editor is. If you're doing it in a Word document, you can do that. If you're doing it on a whatever, you can do that as well. Okay, so let's get started. Let's go ahead and start from scratch. Alright, now the first thing you have to do when you begin to write HTML, okay, I'm pretty sure you've researched it and whatnot, and so you know that fundamentally speaking, HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. It is a language that you feed to your computer, and your computer output what you're feeding to it. So basically, you're learning a computer language. So welcome to HTML. We're going to be learning how to speak the computer language as well. So with anything, with structuring an HTML document, the best way to explain this is kind of like when you're in English. You're gonna let your browser know what type of item it's doing. So we're always gonna open up, which these right here, if you see these are tagged. This right here is what you call an open tag. This right here is what you call a close tag. So when you and that's letting your browser know, hey, let's start with line 1. You're letting your browser know this is going to be a exclamation bar, doc type HTML close. Okay, that is like, what are you? It's telling them it's telling the browser what are you doing. So you let them know that this document type is going to be an HTML document. So the browser knows that you're presenting to it a HTML. So you're going to have an opening statement. Your opening statement, which we do an open tag, and we say HTML. Then we also are going to close it, HTML. Get in the habit of closing your tags. I didn't close it. I got 2 open tags, so my browser would have been confused. Okay, and just press enter. So you already put your opening statement, and then you have your closing statement for the browser. Everything else is gonna go in between. So now the browser knows that it's an HTML document, and you open it and say, hey, this is HTML. Now the browser has to let the search engine know, what are you doing, or whatever, or the tab. This is what the search engine reads, and also the tab. Okay, so on the tab we're gonna put learning. You get a title. Okay, and like I said, I always get in the habit of closing your tags. Title, and then we're in between this title, we're gonna put learning HTML. So this part is not seen. It's not seen in the document when your browser, but you'll see this is gonna be your tab. Okay. So the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna put a header. So we're gonna put HEAD, which is the tag for header. And like I said, I always get in the habit of closing your tags, and in between your tags you can write your header. So in between our tab, we're gonna write welcome to whatever your name is, world. So we're gonna put Tech Girl World. Okay, now that we do that, I'm gonna save this, and I'm gonna open it in the browser. Okay, so pretty much when I go to my browser, I go to File, Open. As you see, I've been doing some little courses, and this is where my file is saved as. So I'm gonna open it, and it says, "Welcome to Tech Girls World." This is a little bland, in my opinion. I'm not gonna really go on CSS and styling today, but we will go into that, or whatever. But I just wanted to get you a feel around. So it says, "Welcome to Tech Girl World." Now we're gonna get into sizes, because you have sizes for your header sizes, which are 1 through 6. 1 being the biggest, 6 being the smallest. So the way we let the browser know, inside of this, or as they call nested, inside of another tag, of another HTML tag, you're gonna put, let's say H1, because that's the one I want to use. So H1, then I'm gonna make sure I close my tag, H1. Okay. Oh, it already did it for me. Alright, now when I press save here and view it in my browser, wow, it's bigger. So what if I wanted H3? Well, I can go in and I can change it. So I can go H3, H3. Just remember, you change it on both sides, whatever the case may be. Alright, I can make it smaller or bigger. But again, I wanted it H1. That's what I want. So in most some of these tutorials, you'll see it'll say "Hello World." Okay, so we do that. Save it. Okay, and as you see, now we have the basic fundamental. We have a real basic web page. It's bland. It's ugly. It's not fancy and interactive and all that stuff yet, because there's other things that you have to do to make your page fancy and interactive. This is the basics. Okay, so now we're gonna add, how do you tell this browser that I don't want this over here, I want this in the center? Do an open tag, center, close the tag. Alright, close the tag, there we go. Now see, save here. And as you see in my browser, it let my browser know I wanted it in the center. And the way you remember it, it's kind of like the same way, like on a Word document. When you, like, if you want it right, or a line, well, you put a line right, or a line left. All right, now let's get this correct. Okay, remember I told you you can do all right. You know, you can do the center tag right here, and it makes it center or whatever. Well, I'm gonna show you easy way. Okay, you can do this H1 tag, H6, whatever header tag you want. But if you're doing it, you need to let the header know how you want it aligned. And so you just put align, ALIGN, and then equals. Once you put the equals, you let it know whether you want it center, you want it justify, left or right. So if we want it center, like I said, it's always more than one way to skin the cat. You do that. And then of course right here you close the tag, and we can save. Let's save this. Once we save it, there you go, it's centered. Now if you want to make it right, left, which would take it back to originally how it was, you can do that. Go over here, left. If you wanted to make it right, you just put right. Okay, we save it, and I'm just updating it in the browser to give you a live feed. You can do it like that. Okay, so you can play around with that, and then you want it center. So we want it, in this particular case, we want it center, and once we do it center, we want it like this. Okay, so with that, there you go. Now you're messing around with the header. So once you go from the header, let's say if you want it, I just want tech girls in italics. Okay, and the reason why I'm kind of showing you this is kind of showing you how to play with these tags. So if I want it in that in italics, I'm gonna put what they call EM, which means emphasis. And just whatever I want the emphasis around, I want it around that. So I'm going to put EM, well, backslash EM. Oh, it closed it for me. Okay. And so I open the tag and I let them know I want that in italics. So I do that. I go to my browser. Let me refresh it. And it says, welcome to Tech Girls World. I can also change the color, but we'll go into that later. Okay. So I just want to get you a thing of it. So once I say welcome to Tech Girls World, the next thing I'm gonna do, I might put a what you call a image here, and I can put my image. All right. So once I put my image there, I need to find out where it is. 1 second. Let me find a link to my image. Oh, I mean, you really not holding, but I'm pressing pause right quick. So, right. Okay, I'm recording. There we go. All right, now I'm back. I had to get the image of what I needed. So, here we go. I'm gonna open up a Dreamweaver. So now we got welcome to Tech Girls World. So, next thing I'm gonna do is that I am going to put a body tag. Okay, this is our header. This is our body. Remember I told you that. So we're gonna close body. All right. Now in my body, I'm gonna call for an image. Okay, and that's gonna be an image of me. You can go online, find an image of you. And you're gonna let the browser know, hey, you need to pull this image. So you're gonna say IMG SRC, and that means image source equal, and put these the marks right there, and then press that. Now you don't have to have a the thing with images, you don't have to have a closing tag. You just close it. You just go, you put the close and you put that like that. Okay. Now let's call the image. So whatever your image is, this is mine. This is where mine is located. It's just off of Facebook. So I'm gonna save this. Once I save this, welcome to Tech Girls World. Okay. Now in the body, there is my picture. However, I don't want it over here. I want it in the center. Okay. So since I want it in the center, I called my image. So I need to make sure that I think it's aligned. Yeah, so it's ALIGN equal. Now you don't put center with text. With pictures, you put middle. So I want it in the middle. And that should work. Save. I did some out. See, this thing in HTML, like this would work if I had a CSS thing, okay? But I forgot that's more of a styling thing when you're doing images. So I'm gonna align this on the left because that's gonna bother me. It's gonna bother me that it's not aligned like I want it. But again, we're just doing HTML, so if I get into CSS, I have to explain a lot of other things. But I need you to understand these little tags, okay? So once you understand these tags, it say welcome to Tech Girls World, and there go my picture. So the next thing I want to do, I want to put a little description about myself below my picture, okay? So once I do that, got that. We're gonna say we're gonna do a paragraph. Remember, I always tell you, just open and close your tags. Okay. And then I'm gonna let the thing know that I want this as H. H1. And I'm gonna say that's a description. I'm gonna say about tech girl. Okay. Then I'm gonna put another paragraph like that. And I always tell you now. I'm gonna write a brief description about me. Okay. Okay, and I'm gonna put. So now I put a little description right here, and I'm gonna put save. And now when I update my browser, there you go. You know about Tech Girl. Tech Girl is immediately direct at the Master Search Empowerment Center. Tech Girl has a heart for those who desire. What in the world? Has a heart for those who desire, for those who want to affect the world. Okay, that's why you should do what you type. Tech Girl has a heart for those who desire to affect the world with me. And right here, paragraph, I'm gonna let them know it's now with text, it's easier to do that. So now you got something about the tech. So here's the header. Here's my image. Here's information about me. There's a paragraph that gives you a brief description about me. And then the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put contact. I'm gonna put a contact. So I'm gonna say okay. Then on the H1. I'm gonna put a paragraph, that's a space, or it's gonna say contact the Tech Girl today. Now in that, I'm gonna teach you another tag, which is just this. It's called a unordered list. So we go 1, 2, and UL. Okay. Once you do that, you're gonna give it a list. Okay. So I'm gonna put a UL, and then I need to also close that. Sorry. This is what's gonna give you some bullets. This is what you call an unordered list. And so I need to close this tag. I'm about to tell you to do that, because I'll forget to. Enter, and again, and I'm gonna tab it over, and I'm gonna put a LI, which gives me the list. Okay, and then they can contact me at, let's say TechGirl. Okay, it can also visit. They can also visit my website, which you put Ahref, which is the website name, which is www.twinstreamts.biz. Okay. Once you do that, I'm gonna put the text that I wanted to say. And I'm gonna close. Close the tab. And yeah, like that. Okay. And then also, and then I need to close the list tag, which is LI. Okay. Then I'm gonna add one more list tag, which is gonna have my phone number. So LI. Then it's gonna be my phone number, which is 847 497 009. And then I should close the tab. And then once I do that, I need to go back and I'm gonna put, and that's it. That's really it. Okay, so that's a basic markup website, whatever. So now once I press save, and there we go. We have that. So you just learned how to do a very basic website markup. Again, this is the skeleton of it. When we get into CSS, you go into I don't know why I got that exclamation point. That looks funny. Okay, now you can change the text of these and all this stuff like that, but for now, this is what I want you to practice. You go practice, build your first website. This is a basic, website is nothing fancy, but again, let's do an overview of what we did. As you see, this language, this computer language right here, let our browser know what we wanted to show. So we opened the browser up and we let the browser know the doc type, which was HTML. We gave it, I guess, think of it like English, your thesis. It's an HTML document. Don't nobody see this but you and your browser. The title, Learning HTML. We see a title right here in a tab, Learning HTML. We can also add meta title. I'll get into that later because that deals more with SEO and stuff like that, which is different. So that's why I'm not putting that right now. but I will do a lesson and we will go over that. Okay, so here you go, the tab right here, which you see right here. We gave it a header. And in the header it says we aligned it left. The H1, you know, we can change the font. We learn font sizes. H1, H2, H3, H4, H5, H6. Okay, H1 is the biggest, H6 is the smallest. We let it know that we want it aligned. Remember, you can line equals. Remember, always put your parentheses around it. You know, left, right, center, justify, whatever the case may be. And inside the tag, we put welcome to the Tech Girls World. We add the italices, which was the emphasis, EM, which stands for emphasis, to Tech Girls. So that's how we got that. And so it let the browser know that it wanted to be, it wanted to be italicized. Okay? And remember, we open our tags, we close our tags. You open your tags, you close your tags. We went to the body of the website. Okay? Now, if we wanted, let's say you don't want this close to that. You want it like down some more. You can also do this. You can push BR. And do BR again, which means a break or whatever. Oh, and as you see, when we do that here, update the file here, it brings it down some. Okay? You can do that. You can break it 4 times, break it however many times you want to. Some people don't do that. Let's say we do it 4 times. It should move it down. You go to save here. Because you might wondering, how do I move this stuff down? Well, you can do that. See the difference? You got the space here. And then if we just take out the breaks means to space. You know, it go back to how we had it. I'm just letting you know. So you can do that. Because you might want to say, well, I want this, another picture, but I want the pictures on this side and all that stuff like that. We'll get into CSS, okay? So just start with the fundamentals. Again, learn the basics, you'll be all right. But anyway, just learn new tag, BR. That means break. So we call the image our image source. So IMG src equals, and then you put the italics, those marks around there, whatever, and you put the image where your image is. Okay, I just used my image off Facebook. And you say, well, how did you get that? Let me show you. I went to Facebook.com. I clicked on I clicked on my images or whatever, and I just write and I say, oh no. Dang, sometimes you gotta. I always open image in new tab. Once you open the image in the new tab, it gives you the picture. So you just copy and paste that into your thing, and that'll give you your image. Okay, so this is the profile picture that I use from my Facebook, and as you see, it comes up here. Ain't that cool? So anyway, I put another heading, and I put about Tech Girl. Then I spaced it out, which I made a different paragraph, and I gave a little description about me. Okay. Then I did another paragraph, and I put, "Hey, contact me." Contact. Where's it? Contact. Take that exclamation part off. I don't like that. And I put, contact Tech Girl. You contact the Tech Girl. Look, you can contact me at techgirl@wnstreamtx.biz. I can also make this highlighted too, and it'll be like, it'll say mail to, and it's not mulatto, it's mail to. Also, I have a link to my website, and maybe you said, I don't understand what you did. Can you explain that, please? I called the name of my website, so it's this is what you call a tag. All right. Now, once you do a tag, you it's href, and that's the reference site, equals. You put these marks here, put your website, in with your marks, then close the tag. Then whatever you want that tag to say, if it's Tech Girl website or my website, whatever, I just put Tech Girl website. So it says Tech Girl website, so it knows to go. This is where it knows to go. This is the button that displays I close my A tag, and also I close my listing thing. Okay. So or a UL means unordered list, which gives you bullets, and OL list would give you numbers. Okay. So anyway, I got contact Tech Girl today. You can contact me at and see. They can click on my website. I'm gonna open it in a new file so I won't come out for there. Oops, I don't even open it like that. Oh, but you see what I did? I'm glad I did that. I just put this, so it's looking for this. You gotta let it know that you're going to a website. So you can always make sure you put HTTP :/ okay, that's common. I still do it. So you might do it too. So now when I click there, it should take me to my website. As you see, it say it is waiting for a WN stream tx.biz. Just taking favorite. There we go. So it takes me to the Tech Girls website. So let me go back to this. I'm gonna open this up in a new thing. So I click that. If I don't put HTTP, y'all see what happened. It's gonna be like, hey, what are you telling me to do? You confused the browser. So the fact that I let them know this is my website, it could open up, and there's a code actually that you could put open a new browser so it'll stay here. But that's again a whole nother thing. We ain't get that technical today. But yeah, so there you go. You know how to make a basic website. Show your friends and say, look, I can talk to the computer. I know computer language. God bless you, and I hope you enjoyed this, and God bless with making your first website.